What executive coaching is. A coaching session is not a therapy session. It is not up to you to fix anyone. However, powerful questions can help you understand why a client behaves in a certain way. Why do they behave the way they do? What are their beliefs and values? In order to achieve the results they want, what can they do to embrace more empowering values and beliefs? Furthermore, executive coaching does not mean interim management. You are not taking over the job for your client. Your primary role is to act as a shadow leader who facilitates your client's success and improvement. We must first examine the definition of coaching before we can understand what a leadership coach is. A coach is defined by the International Coach Federation (ICF) as a person who coaches others. To help clients achieve their ideal level of success, we aim to work holistically with them to stimulate their creativity and thinking. In contrast to other service professions like counseling, mentoring, consulting and training, coaching is client-directed. Behaviorists often recommend assertiveness training as one of their solutions. Individuals commonly use this technique when confronting situations that cause negative feelings, as in helping drug addicts curb their temptations. Assertiveness training is used by leadership coaches in a variety of contexts. The technique has been employed by many coaches in an attempt to improve performance of leaderships who seem to be lacking confidence. Corporate leadership finds that learning effective responses to stressor does not help them deal with their intrapsychic pressures. It is when coaches win CEO's ears that they become most dangerous. Having great power over an entire organization places them in a precarious position. This scenario occurs frequently. Coaches have a better understanding of CEOs because, historically, many of them worked in corporate settings. Essentially, they speak business patois fluently, and they are able to move seamlessly between discussing improving an individual's performance and assisting the entire business in capturing market share. These leadership coaches often abuse their power without intending to because they are not trained in the dynamics of interpersonal relations. The fact is, many coaches become notorious for exploiting both the leadership they train and their bosses, with sometimes disastrous results. What executive coaches do. Coaches typically develop a close and confidential relationship with their clients, which is one of the most personalized practices in talent development. Executive coaches offer one-on-one support to senior leaders or managers in an organization, e.g., directors, vice presidents, or presidents, in a structured, trustworthy, safe environment. In addition, the coach assists the leader in understanding their current competencies, elucidating how they're perceived by others, and identifying and clarifying current goals and actions to achieve them as well. Transference is not experienced by all CEOs. But still, coaches can extend their influence. They can transition from training to all-purpose advising, because CEOs aren't inclined to lose their face. Leaders realize the value of having coaches at their companies and take responsibility when selecting them. This leads them to feel more responsible for their coach's successes or failures than they would if such a role was assigned to a psychotherapist. It is also difficult to abandon a business plan when the CEO personally endorses it. There is a common misconception that coaches are counselors or mentors. There are several significant differences between coaching and these practices. As opposed to counseling, coaching does not produce therapeutic results. Counseling is defined by Merriam-Webster as professional guidance of an individual through the use of psychological methods, especially collecting case history data, and using various personal as much introspection as counseling provides. It also has a tendency to focus on the past. Coaching, on the other hand, is focused on the future. Mentoring refers to a highly beneficial, self-directed, long-term relationship between two individuals, aimed at advancing their careers over time where the mentor offers advice and guidance. Coaching consists of an equal partnership, whereas mentoring involves an experienced person directly mentoring a less experienced person through a similarly challenging experience. On the other hand, the focus of coaching is to help coaches work towards their goals, aspirations, and curiosities rather than to dig into their pasts. In order to be effective, coaching must be directly related to what the client wants to achieve, through a process that is led by the coachee, who uncovers and creates their own path to achieving their goal and does most of the talking.